Gentlemen, huge congratulations into the quarterfinals. Just sum up how you're feeling after a really good performance in the end.
Here you are. See that? You that smile? That sums up what I need to know. We're into the next round, boys, and I tell you one thing, you never know how far we can go.
Look, you two seem to be really loving this journey. We're seeing that on stage, we're seeing it here. Is this potentially the best chance Ireland have ever had of lifting this World Cup trophy?
Well, yes and no. I mean, we were in the final one time, we didn't do too good at that. But like, of course we got a chance. I mean, like, if the two of us click on the same day, I don't think, like, unless the next team clicks. Like, if the two of us click and we play our best game of the day, anything's possible. We can go on and we can do anything. But like, every other team can say the same thing. But in fairness, like, we know what we can do. We've played around each other long enough. And like, in fairness, like, we're two good competitors, like, and you need to put us away or else we'll put you away.
Mickey, for you, this couldn't have gone any better so far, could it? This is what dreams are made of, playing well into the final day of the World Cup.
Yeah, look, I suppose the whole thing is, yeah, you want to get out of the group, and then when you get out of the group, the first thing is Sunday's the big day, like, you know what I mean? And thankfully we're in that situation. That's where we definitely wanted to be, you know what I mean? And that's, I feel, how we've played. I don't know what the stats is on any other games or whatever, but I feel we have come through the ringer in our 3 games, in the 2 group games, and that was probably, that's the toughest straw that you could have got on a seeding situation, you know what I mean? So we've come through that, so happy days, yeah.
You let Poland back in a little bit there as well, probably should have been 6-2 up, and then all of a sudden it's 5-all. What's going through your mind at that point?
So Mickey said to me when we went backstage, said, like, you know, we're 5-2 up and into the break. He said, like, there's a lot of people out there that paid a lot of money to watch this. He said, you got to let these boys back in a small bit. I said, Mickey, I said, I don't want that. He said, Willie, come on. And I said, right, fair enough. I said, we let them back in a small bit. We have to win handy enough, you know, so that's what we've done.
Cheers, guys, thank you.
Guys, congratulations. Next up, it's either going to be Norway or Scotland. Would you like it to be Scotland, just to try and get a little bit of vengeance for that 2019 final?
No. I definitely don't want to be playing them boys anyway. I don't think Mickey does either.
I didn't play in that final, so I hear all these boys talking about no Scotland, no party, but like, we're not looking for a party, so we're happy enough if there's no Scotland.
Yep. Here's what you do, right? You go back on the stats, right? You tell me the easiest route, and that's what we want. We're not looking for glory, we're just looking for the win.
Well, you said that you knew exactly what to expect from Poland, but I mean, it might not be Scotland, but what would you expect from the Scottish side? Because we've not seen Cameron Menzies with Anderson before on that stage.
Well, we don't have to worry about it yet. They have to win.
Yeah, they have to win, but look, it's whenever you get anybody that just get to Sunday, obviously coming through the situation of the qualifiers, you know what I mean? If you get to Sunday, you're playing well. Obviously, Willie has maybe highlighted a wee bit or whatever. If you're a seed, you don't need to play that well. You only need to win 1 game. You know what I mean? But for anybody, whoever comes through, Sunday's the priority. You know what I mean? So anybody who's got there is on merit, and you've got to be just be expecting. We're expecting tough games because that's just how they've come. So it doesn't really matter. Whoever comes out of the Scotland game, obviously he's going to be full of confidence, and it's going to be a tough game. So we wouldn't be expecting anything different than what's happened the last 3 days, like, you know.
Do you feel like you two, because you're battle hardened through that group stage format, we know it's a lot of pressure and cutthroat, do you think that could be an advantage if you was to play Scotland, who haven't yet played a game, they've not done the group stage, a bit like England last year, came into it cold against Germany?
No. No, I don't think so, and I will elaborate on yesterday when I say the way the seeds are in today. They're coming in fresh. We've had 3 hard days now, right? And it's grand saying, oh, you've only played a couple of legs, but the hard work we've done beforehand to get out on that stage before we get there, it plays a toll in your body. And like, we're coming today and we felt the toll in the last 2 days. And we're looking at these fresh boys.
First game on.
But like, we're coming in looking at these boys coming in fresh, and we're going, God, I'd love to come in here fresh. You know, I'd feel like I could win this tournament if I come in fresh. And that's when I say yesterday, when these 4 teams go through to today, and like they have no playing to be done to get here, it's not fair on the rest of the field. And you can say, right, well, it's the same. I've seen comments online where they were talking like, where they were saying like, you know, it's the same with every other sport, that it is and that. But it's not, because they're seeded, yes. I absolutely agree with the seeding. But to be through to the second round without going through that first to 4 format against to be fair, super players from all over the world, and go through that when your body does start to feel that, you know,
over 2 days.
Yeah, over 2 days, like you can be as fit as you want, say what you like. The longer this goes on, the more your body feels it, and it's harder. Like it's harder for the boys that's been here that few days longer and went through it, and that's no two ways about it. I'm not having to go to that. It's fair play to them for being in the position they're in, and if I was in that position, I'd be happy out as well. But those boys know the story as well. Like.
Cheers, guys. Well played today. See you in the next round.
No problem, thank you.
You both know a lot about the World Cup, played in this tournament many times with different players. If we look at this pairing, what makes this pairing of you two players special? What's your biggest strength, would you say?
Friendship.
Yeah, I don't think, like, I say everybody can look at it as you're highlighting this, like it's a new pairing and all, but we've said a few times on different interviews, you know, there's nobody else on the tour. It doesn't matter what team you pick through out of the 48 teams or whatever. We have been together for the last 15 years, sitting at the same table, week in, week out on the pro tour for 15 years. So I have seen the highs and lows of Willie. He has seen the highs and lows of me. Like Brandon, like all the boys, Mick McGowan, anybody that sat at our table. We have seen how things has just progressed through a numerous amount of years, you know. So I think that stands to us, like, you know what I mean. Like, it's not a false sort of friendship or anything at all. The two of us is here over. It doesn't matter where I'm playing, or if I was at home watching Willie or whoever, I'd be wanting the best, like, because we're together probably, as I say, over the last 15 years. I've spent so much time in his company, and Brenton as well, you know what I mean. It's just how we have evolved on the tour, you know. So look, we're a team, but like I think we know an awful lot about each other, as I say, over the number of years, you know what I mean. So I think that probably stands to this. Willie knows my game, and I definitely know his game, you know what I mean. So we feel good, like, you know what I mean. No, yeah.
We stood the test of time.
Yeah. Mickey, as you said, you've seen a lot in the world of darts, but this was the first ever experience walking on to Zombie. What was it like?
It was good, yeah. No, I have to say, no, I was in the crowd whenever, for me, the best walk on possibly in darts. Like I was sitting back in Dublin in the Grand, in the old 3 Arena at the time whenever he played Michael Van Buren. It was an unbelievable experience just to be as, you know, as players we take a lot of stuff for granted and all, but whenever you're kind of stand back and you see a walk on, you know what I mean, on the reception I've got that night in Dublin, it was fantastic. As I have to say, I have 3 sort of walk on memorabilias that I think is outstanding. Willie's is one, John Henderson, of course, unbelievable, and I think Jerry Hendricks, I think his was his was brilliant, like his was great. For the moment, they're all in the moments and what the sort of what they create and you know their sort of achievements at that particular time, you know what I mean. And as I say, Willie's at the time was brilliant, and I think a lot of things was talking about the walk on, but like Willie drew.
No, I got basics for it.
Sorry.
I would have rather the draw. Draw would have been sound. Van Gogh wasn't on the same page as me. It took me about 4 legs to realise that. Hang on a minute, you're in the game of darts here after that walk.
Well, I remember, as I say, I could stand back and be in the players sort of thing or whatever. And I remember Michael kind of looking round, thinking, "What's going on here?" Like, you know, this is just like, you know. But it was brilliant. But so today, there, look, and the crowd, we were fantastic there with the support. I think definitely on Friday. Friday was unreal. The amount of Irish supporters was there. You know what I mean? I know there's a good few around the front or whatever. You know what I mean? So whenever the walk on, his is a sort of spectacular walk on, a renowned walk on. You know what I mean? So whenever it come, yeah, it's brilliant. Like, you know, whatever gets the crowd on your side, I'm happy with it.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.